I'm sure you expected nothing less but to learn math on this channel, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to find the slope today given two ordered pairs, so let's go ahead and get into the lesson. Now, for finding the slope given two ordered pairs, we are going to be utilizing the slope formula to get all of our answers. And if you're not sure what the slope formula is, I wrote it over here on the right side, and it is m equals, which m represents slope, y2 minus y1, which represents the vertical change, and x2 minus x1 is the horizontal change down in the denominator. So let's go ahead and take a look at number one. The two ordered pairs that we have are 7, 9 and 14, 19. And for step one, we need to label each coordinate. So you need to know which one is the x coordinate and which one is the y coordinate. So let's go ahead and take a look at 7, 9. 7 is the first number listed, so we're going to label that X. And the easiest way I tell my students to remember this is what letter comes first in the alphabet. Is it X or is it Y? Well, it's X. So 7 is going to be X, and 9 is going to be Y. And then in the other order pair, 14 is going to be X and 19 is going to be Y. Now, a lot of students question, does it matter which one is going to be X1, Y1 and X2, Y2? You just need to make sure you don't intermix them. You shouldn't have X1 with Y2. It should always be X1, Y1. Now, does it matter which order pair is X1, Y1? No. But for this one, I'm just going to make 7 X1. And the 9 that goes with it is going to be y1. So notice how I didn't put y2 there. And then for 14, that's going to be x2, and 19 is going to be y2. And now it's as easy as plugging and chugging into this formula. So it's set up for you already. You know where y2 goes. You know where x2 goes. You know where x1 goes. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have m equals y2 is 19. So we're replacing y2 with 19 minus y1, which is 9, all over x2, which is 14, minus x1, which is 7. Now we want to go ahead and do the subtraction for both. So we have m equals 19 minus 9 is 10, 14 minus 7 is 7. And we can't simplify 10 and 7. They're not divisible by anything besides 1. So this is going to be our final answer, and we're leaving it as an improper fraction because if we were going to graph this, we would want to know what is the rise. In this case, 10 is your vertical change. So you're going up 10, and then your running or your horizontal change is 7 going to the right. So that's why we leave it as an improper fraction and we don't convert it to a mixed number. So that one's done. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 2. So we have x1, y1. Again, our 1s are together, and then our 2s are together. We plug it into our slope formula. So we have m equals y2 is negative 5 minus y1, which is 10, all over x2, negative 4, minus x1, which is negative 4. So let's go ahead and do the subtraction. Negative 5 minus 10 is negative 15. And then you're going to notice in the denominator, you have negative 4 minus a negative. You're subtracting a negative. If that happens, it all turns to addition. So negative 4 plus 4 is going to give us 0 in the denominator. Now, your final answer is not 0. If you try doing negative 15 divided by 0 on the calculator, it's not going to give you 0 back. It's going to give you an error or undefined. That means if you were to graph this, your line would be completely vertical up and down, meaning that your slope is incredibly steep, too steep that it's undefined. So that's what our final answer is going to be. Not m equals 0, but you're going to write m is equal to undefined, so feel free to just abbreviate it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at number 3. So let's label once again. We have x1, y1, x2, y2. We plug it into our formula, so m equals 12 minus 22 over 7 minus negative 8. And I already noticed in my denominator, we're going to have to change it to addition again. Once you notice and recognize it, it's just second nature. So I'm just going to go ahead and change it now. So that's going to be a plus down there. So let's go ahead and do our subtraction, then our addition on the bottom. So that's going to be m equals 12 minus 22 is going to give us negative 10 up top. And 7 plus 8 is going to give us 15. Now, 10 and 15 can be simplified. They're both divisible by 5. So our final answer is going to be m equals, we know this whole fraction is going to be negative because a negative divided by a positive is going to give you a negative result. This will be negative 2 over 3. 10 divided by 5 being 2. 15 divided by 5 being 3. So that's our final answer for number 3. Now on to the last one before we go to the practice session where you try 4 out on your own. So let's label it. x1, y1, x2, y2. Plug it into our slope formula, so we have -3 minus -3 all over 10 minus 5. -3 minus -3 turns to adding 3, so we have m equals -3 plus 3 is 0. 10 minus 5 is 5. Now this time around, if you do 0 divided by 5 on the calculator, you're going to get 0 back. So our final answer for this one's going to be 0. So there's two scenarios that you really need to look out for. If you have 0 in the numerator, you're going to get 0 as a final result, meaning that your graph is going to be completely horizontal, meaning that there's no steepness to the line at all. Whereas if 0's in the denominator, your slope's going to be completely vertical or undefined, and then other scenarios might be a positive slope or a negative slope. Now let's go ahead and make our way over to the practice session. Now it's time for the real deal. It's the practice session. Can you go 4 for 4 by solving these all on your own just on a scratch piece of paper? So I encourage you to pause the video, try them all out, and then play the video and see if you went 4 for 4. So I'm assuming at this point you've done that already. Let's go ahead and jump into number 1 and see what we get for an answer. So we label right off the bat x1, y1, x2, y2. We plug it into our slope formula, so y2 minus y1 is going to be 8 minus 4 in our numerator. Our denominator is going to be 1 minus 2. I don't see subtracting a negative, so we don't have to worry about turning anything to addition. We get m equals 8 minus 4 is 4. 1 minus 2 is -1, so I know my whole improper fraction is going to be negative now. And then 4 divided by 1 is 4, so we get m equals -4 for our slope for number 1. So if you got that, very, very nice job. Let's go ahead and tackle number 2 now. So label once again, x1, y1, x2, y2. Plug it into our formula. -10 minus -10. I know I'm going to have to convert that here in a second. All over -6 minus -11. And we're going to have to do the same thing in the denominator. So all addition here. We get m equals -10 plus 10 is 0. -6 plus 11 is going to give us 5. Well, we have one of those scenarios. 0 is in the numerator, so our final answer is going to be 0. Or if you were to graph that, that would be a completely horizontal line for number 2. Now for number 3, we label once again x1, y1, x2, y2. Plug it in. We get 15 minus -13 all over 9 minus 9. Addition up top, 15 plus 13, we're going to get m equals 28 all over 0. Now that 0's in the denominator, our slope is not going to be 0 as a final answer. It's going to be undefined or a completely vertical line if you were graphing it. And then finally, onto the very last one. Hopefully you are 3 for 3 as of right now. And then we label them, we plug it into slope formula, y2 minus y1, that's going to be 22 minus 11, all over 10 minus 8. We get m equals 22 minus 11 is 11, 10 minus 8 is 2. 11 and 2 are not divisible by anything besides 1, so we're going to leave it as an improper fraction. Hopefully you went 4 for 4 in the practice session. If you did, very, very nice job. I hope this video helped you out in finding the slope given 2 ordered pairs. If it did, leave a like on the video, comment any other topics you want to see in the future, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for post notifications, and we'll see you in the next one with some more mathematics.
Why do I have to stay here on the ground? It's overrated. The cityscape escapes you with a sound. It's delineated away.